Alright, we're going to continue the testing here. We have our new product here, the 3/16 hollow core round cotton. You see that right there? It's hollow in the center instead of solid. And so I thought maybe I'd test it out also in my ceramic wine bottle candle kit. Now I normally run this with a fiberglass 1/8 folded over, but this 3/16 just pulls through straight on perfectly. Let's see how it works. Now I definitely have too much reveal on this, that's for sure. You can see that, but that'll burn down. That makes a real nice wine bottle candle. Look at that. Let's see how this does. There we go. A little better effect there. It's actually doing an admirable job in the wind here. I'm surprised it's still going. We'll put that back down out of the wind, but look at that, it took some wind okay. That looks real nice. And it takes the wind okay. Look at that. It's going, flames are going sideways and it still won't blow out. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it back down. There we go. That's burning beautifully. I'm really happy with that. So you see, with such an aggressive reveal, it's charred down halfway, but I bet that wick is going to continue to work even all charred up. Alright, well, we are several minutes into the test already, and we're still burning strong with no sign of letting up. So I think we'll let it run about 5 minutes. That'll be a good test. I don't think you want to watch a video longer than that anyway. This is working beautifully. I think we have a winner, so I think we're going to offer the ceramic in a cotton option as well. I used to put quarter flat cotton, but I can't get quarter flat cotton anymore. Their machine broke and they need a special drive built for it, so it is an ancient weaving machine that they actually run the quarter flat cotton. So he suggested this 3/16 hollow core, so that's what I'm running here, and it's running beautifully. So I'm hoping there's a slim chance I will be selling this and a thermoglass kit out at Northwest World Reggae Festival. At the very least, I'm hoping maybe pitch in a few extra bucks and then just put up a sign at the festival. So hope to see everybody out there. This will be one of the items I will be stocking, definitely. I have a whole bunch of spools of this coming to me, and I have a whole bunch of these plugs already. So just to have full disclosure, the ceramic plug is made in China and the cotton wick is made in the USA. So all wicks are made in the USA. The thermoglass tubes and the ceramic plug are made in China in a certified factory. And what does certified mean? It means it's a humane factory. It's been inspected to have humane conditions. So the guy was telling me a little more about it, and he said they have dorms available and a car available. And I said, what do you mean they have dorms on site? I said, that doesn't sound nice. He said, no, that's a huge perk if you include housing and the ability to have a car available to the workers. That's a huge plus, apparently. So, all right, I think we are gonna wrap it up here. We're well over 5 minutes. This doesn't show any sign of letting up. I want to let you know that the fluid sitting here has been sitting outdoors with a plug in it for probably about 1.5 years or 2 years. That's going to be since the last time I did wine battle candles, so that was probably about 1 year ago at least. So this is with old fluid. I just went ahead and figured it would work because I had a plug in it. So in case you're wondering, if you have a wine bottle candle, save your corks. And what I did is I pulled out, you know, if you wanted to reuse it, you pull out all that stuff and put it into a Ziploc bag because it's going to smell. And then you just pop that sucker in, and that fluid inside of there will be ready for next year. This is over 1 year old fluid right now, and it's working just fine. Anyway, I think we'll wrap it up here. We're 6 minutes in. It was an incredibly boring video watching a candle burn, but I wanted to let people know and have a continuous shot of this working, so we'll wrap it up. Everybody have a good weekend. Alright, I wanted to kind of continue the test. The wind blew out the candle. I wanted to let it just burn, so what I did was I wrapped some foil around it to make a little wind shroud, and it seems to be working very well. We're going to start the timer here. I'm going to let this burn for a while, but I don't want to have a very long video. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave the phone running, leave this running, and what am I testing? I want to see, you see how the wick is charred down, but it's still working just fine. I want to see how long it takes until that burns out, because there's not enough wick revealed anymore. So the cotton burns down and is consumed, and that's the drawback from fiberglass, whereas fiberglass will get fouled and contaminated eventually, and you'll have to cut it and advance it. But this burns itself down and you have to advance it. But we're going to see how long this will work off of that little nub. It's producing a good 1.5 to 2 inch flame, and we'll keep the timer running, and we'll come back and see how long it takes. We'll come back to you. Wow, we're well over an hour now because we had initial testing going. I've only had to relight this the initial one time a long time ago that I told you about. Even though the wick is burnt down to what looks like a nub, it continues to wick. So I don't know, maybe we'll wrap up the test at 2 hours. I'll start checking it every 20 minutes now. We'll wrap it up. Alright. We are an hour and 22 on here, on hour 23 plus an original 5 or 6 minutes. We are just jamming. You see that wick is just burnt down to what looks like a gray nub, but it just still works just the same. This thing is just, look at the oil level. It has not moved almost. It's just sipping, and then look how far it's pulling up. To give you an idea, it's almost pulling up the full height. This is an old phone. This is a 5S, but still the full height of a 5S is about how far it's pulling up almost. Wow. Alright, we're going to keep our test going. Alright, we are at 1 hour and 58 minutes, and it's pretty windy. You can see my wind shroud keeps blowing around. But it's still going. And we are over 2 hours in because I had this going earlier. And that same nub still looks like the same nub. It's pretty amazing. It's just going to keep going. Fluid level is still, that's just about where it was. I can't even tell that it's moved. It's 2 hours now. Keep it going. Alright, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up this test. We're basically over 2 hours and 20 minutes in, because we had some testing going before that. But you can see this is burnt down to a little nub, and it just stayed there. This thing is incredible. So this is the 3/16 hollow core round cotton wick. Tested for over 2 hours. Just sips the fluid. Look at that. Hardly has it moved. Can't even perceivably tell that it's eaten any fluid, and it's still going. So very efficient, very nice flame, and just keeps going. So we're gonna blow this out and try to light it up tomorrow and see what happens.